Lawrence Taylor just sounded off on Abdul Carter, and we got to talk about it. Before we do that, though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, but we got to get to 98.5 thousand first. So if you bleed Giants Blue, you have multiple free videos every day. Hit that sub button right now. Abdul Carter and his 2 suspensions over the last 3 weeks have been the talk of the town for the New York Football Giants. And it's never good when the number 3 overall pick is being talked about due to his behavior. I will say it like that instead of his play, which his play has been a little bit of a mixed bag over the last couple of weeks and really throughout his rookie season. We're going to dive into that, but I do want to let all the real ones know we officially are selling our first Giants Now shirt. With the holiday season here, I wanted to get you guys a shirt. You can get it today by going to chatsports.com/Giants Now shirt. It is blue, some Giants font. You have the underline as well, and it is embroidered. You can get your shirt today for the holiday season at this link. I'll make that clickable down in the comments and description. All right, let's start with the news that everybody knows at this point. Carter has now been suspended not once, but twice. The first time, he was suspended for being late to a team activity where he claims, and the team is claiming, that he was having red light therapy done on his body. The second time he was suspended, which was for the game for the first quarter of Monday Night Football after being suspended for a drive against the Green Bay Packers, was because he did not show up to a special teams meeting because he didn't know if he was going to be on that special teams unit that week because he hasn't been on it all year. Doesn't matter. Be a pro. Be there and be on time. And Lawrence Taylor said the same thing, but I wanted to go to this from Albert Breer first, who said the rookie pass rusher has had issues all year long with being late and or missing team obligations. Now fired coach Brian Daboll fined Carter for it on multiple occasions. That tells me that this was not a one-time thing or a two-time thing. It has only been in the public eye 2 times because he had game day snaps taken away from him due to his actions. But I think it's pretty clear at this point. Dan Duggan said it first. Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated now saying it. This has been a common thing all year long for Abdul. And Lawrence Taylor, he said this. We have a lot of quotes coming from this article. Shout out to the New York Post. They did a great job. And shout out to Steve Serby, who had the exclusive interview. Lawrence Taylor to Abdul Carter says, wake up. This is what you worked for. This is where you wanted to be. So now you're there. Let's wake up. Don't let your teammates down over BS. If you can't tell your coach what's going on and why you can't be at practice, then it's BS. And LT is 100% right. There is no excuse for Abdul Carter to have missed multiple meetings. Look, not to be Joe Shane and sing a Hannah Montana song. Nobody's perfect. I get it. You miss 1 time, all right. You miss 2 times, what are we doing? You miss a handful of times, it is a problem, and the New York Giants are dealing with that right now. Taylor added this on Carter's situation. No one respected the team more than I did as a rookie. Harry Carson, Brad Van Pelt, Brian Kelly, those guys were my mentors. And I'm not going to let them down. I still respected my teammates and respected the team enough to give them all I got. And this is what upsets me most about the situation. When you're late multiple times, you've missed multiple meetings, you're not showing the respect that is needed not only to yourself, which is the number one biggest issue, but not to your team, teammates, coaches, and the organization. Abdul is someone that is very confident in who he is. That can sometimes come across as arrogant. He's also someone that at Penn State was labeled as hard to manage and entitled. And I wouldn't be shocked if he carried that same attitude and some would call swagger to the New York Giants. And if you can't show up on time for yourself, how do you not do it for Brian Burns? How do you not do it for Dexter Lawrence? That is what pisses me off. And Lawrence Taylor, he said it. Abdul, you need to be talked to when it comes to Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns. They need to talk to you. He said, those guys need to talk to number 51 and get him straight and say, hey, you got to get your priorities right. Simple as that. I don't know what else to say to him, but he's got to get his priorities right. And I do want to say this, and LT knows this better than I could ever even imagine to know it. We don't know what goes on always in the locker room. We don't know the conversations that Brian Burns has had to Abdul Carter, that Dexter Lawrence has had to Abdul Carter. I strongly believe that they probably have sat him down and talked to him. But at the end of the day, Abdul Carter is a grown man. He's a professional. He got here because of being a professional in college. You have no excuse. You have to take care of yourself, Abdul. Abdul has to take care of Abdul. No one is going to have Abdul Carter's back like he is going to have his back. So yes, I do want Brian Burns to be a mentor for him, but you can only take him under the wing so much. Yes, I want Dexter Lawrence to be a leader and chew his butt out. But at the end of the day, if Abdul's not going to do what's best for Abdul, it doesn't matter. Even if Lawrence Taylor was his teammate and tried to get him in line. It's frustrating, but I want to replace the blame here on Abdul Carter. Not the Giants, not Brian Dable, not Joe Shane, not Shane Bowen, not Mike Kafka, not Brian Burns, not Dexter Lawrence. It's Abdul Carter's fault. He's a grown man. And if Abdul Carter was walking the walk, if he was playing like the player we all thought he was going to be coming out of the gate after being the number 3 overall pick, listed as a generational talent, if he was playing like that guy right now, the story of him being late to a couple of meetings will not nearly be as big. And he can still win his team, teammates, coaches, organization, and most importantly, the fan base over. And Lawrence Taylor says if he gets his stuff together, New York will love him. If you want to win them over, then you got to show them something. And that's what makes it the most frustrating. It's one thing to be a rookie that is coming along slowly. And he's even had some really nice games. Go to that Chargers game. He was unstoppable. There were other games where he's been really good. But when you throw on top of, I would say, the inconsistent play and quite frankly, the underwhelming play of him as a rookie with being a bad teammate, it makes it that much worse. You can't hide from it. You have 1.5 sacks through 13 games or 14 games, or I don't even know what the Giants' record is. I know they just have 2 wins and not nearly two wins, not nearly enough. When you have just 1.5 sacks as a rookie after being the 3rd overall pick, supposed to be that guy, you wanted Lawrence Taylor's number, you wanted Phil Simms' number, it's not good enough. And then you've been a bad teammate. It's horrible. It's not a good look. But to be fair to Abdul, as I put on my nerd glasses, I say the advanced analytics say he's actually doing a pretty good job. He has 44 pressures this year. That's the 17th most among all edge rushers in the NFL. He's got 11 QB hits, tied for 9th amongst the NFL edge rushers. And he has 31 hurries. That's tied for 13th. So yes, the sacks aren't there, and these numbers paint the picture that they will be there sooner rather than later. But at the end of the day, when you only bring the quarterback down 1.5 times in your rookie season and you're a bad teammate, people are going to be upset with you. And they have every right to, especially when you handle it like a child, saying shit happens. I still can't believe that. LT added, there's no reason not to hustle. There's no reason not to be at practice. There's no reason not to play your ass off when you're out there. If you're trying to make a name for yourself, as I was, if his teammates are having a problem, then you got a problem. If the coaches are having a problem, then you got a problem. You were the 3rd pick in the whole draft. You're supposed to be better than this. And that's, I think, on the money. I don't think Lawrence Taylor said anything wrong. I think he was extremely respectful to Abdul, and he talked to him kind of like an OG, and that's exactly what he is. Look, I still believe in Abdul Carter because I can't fathom that he is going to be a bust at the number 3 overall pick. He is still number 1 amongst all rookie edge rushers in pressures. We showed you the numbers relative to the other pros in this league. I still believe in him. These aren't random acts by him, though, to be fair. This isn't a 1-off time he's done and a 2-off time. there were people throughout the draft process that said he was a little hard to manage at Penn State. Albert Breer for Sports Illustrated wrote this: the rookie had a reputation coming out of Penn State, fair or not, for being selfish and entitled, and NFL teams were well aware of it. He's living up to it now. And the fact that the team hasn't been able to reel him in and ingrain how his actions the other 6 days of the week are costing him on game day raises questions on a lot of other people there. 100% agree. But hey, when you have a general manager who has an opportunity to speak to the media and he doesn't really, look, I don't want Joe Shane to call out Abdul Carter at his presser, but I don't want him to coddle him like he's his child and say, he's 21. He's playing in New York City. He's not perfect. He's going to make mistakes. Like, leadership starts at the top. And when your general manager is 45 minutes late to his press conference, and then he makes excuses for that player, how can that player think it's not okay to be late or miss meetings? It starts at the top. And that's all I got. Moral of the story here for Abdul Carter: grow up. That's all it is, my man. Realize the opportunity you have in front of you. Being picked third overall, that's all it means. You're picked third overall and you get guaranteed money. Do you want that second contract? Do you want to go down as one of the best to ever do it? Do you want to have your number retired next to Lawrence Taylor? All of those things are still right in front of you. Do you want to be mentioned among all of the great pass rushers the New York Giants have had? You can still do that. But it's time to lock it in. Come back after the bye week, locked in, ready to go, and put your best foot forward heading into the offseason. And close out the year with 4 great games, 4 great efforts, 4 great weeks of practice. And don't miss another meeting. I can't do this anymore. The Giants can't do this anymore. They've got enough damn problems. The last thing they need is the number 3 overall pick being a head case. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.